Are you interested in finding a school to enhance your education? Not sure where to start? Well, today your search is over. CDP Maths Lab eSchool offers classes for C.S.E.C, CAPE, and GSET subjects, along with training in early childhood education and data operation. Listen to what CDP Maths Lab students have to say about their most fulfilling experience.
While I was attending, it was almost the best experience I ever had. Like I was in class, but I wasn't. I would give the school the full 10 out of 10 because the teachers take the opportunity to help the ones that really need it. To the upcoming students, this is the best decision you have made and it will benefit you in the near future.
CDP Maths Lab eSchool was founded by Ronique Bernard in August 2009 with a vision to see our students receive a solid education with an emphasis on developing their cognitive skills. The school is committed to developing individuals who will have a positive impact on the society.
The class it really helped me, and if you are going to C.S.E.C, I really recommend this class, so you could always give it a try. The prices are really reasonable, and it is really worth it for online class. Like myself, you would be proud because on that day or on that night when results are out and you log in and you open your results, that feeling, it really is great. It is more of an experience that you would really want to relive.
Of course, I went through it and I passed my exams, so I would highly recommend this to anyone. If you have a problem or so, they will take their time out. They will take their time out to tell you. Plus, they have history of also past students who have also passed their exams in once.
I have been attending for 6 months, and my most fulfilling moment would be the interaction between the teachers and the students, as the environment is very comfortable and welcoming. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, I would rate this institution, along with the teaching techniques, skills, and tolerance of the teachers, a perfect score of 10. If I had the opportunity to recommend someone to this class, I would, because I can assure you that you will leave 10 times better than how you had entered. Now that I am leaving, one thing that I would recommend is a classroom interaction at least twice a month, as some students tend to do better with face-to-face interactions. This program would be the best decision one could choose, as the teachers are excellent at what they do, and they will go to the extreme to ensure that you understand what was taught, even if that means staying up with you all night. To CDP Maths Lab, thank you.
Despite his late start, Shonday was able to successfully complete his exam.
Trust me, it's a really good program, because if I entered a month before exam and I passed the exam, that says everything for itself. The program speaks for itself practically then.
CDP Maths Lab eSchool is convenient and economical. We provide flexible learning options in a relaxed environment. With over 80% pass rate, we offer free demo classes before payment, one-to-one interactive tutoring, clinical teaching sessions to strengthen weak areas, and step-by-step video and worksheet exercises.
So of course, we really are the one to choose. Experience.
All right, good night, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, good night. How are you doing, Miss Joseph? All right, just welcome to CDP Library Services. All right. Good night, Tarsha.
Good night, sir.
Okay, good night, good night, good night, good night. All right, so we're going to start. And good night to those persons who are watching us live from YouTube. Good night, Elaine. Good night, Vivette. And good night, Alicia. Sorry about the late start tonight, but I promised that I would have been releasing, starting to use the paper one HSB questions for our quiz competition. So that's the reason why I started late. And of course, I'm a teacher by profession, in the public school as well. So I had that to contend with. But it's better late than never, right? All right, so we're going to start. I ask you please to mute your mics. We'll start off with devotion. Good night to you also, Gabriel. Okay, so we're going to start off with devotion.
Something went
All right.
wrong.
All right,
Please try again.
just mute your mic. Let me mute the mic for you. Okay, now our Bible reading is coming from the book of Proverbs. And this proverb states, "He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand." He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand. All right, just mute your mic, please. Thank you. He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. Now, there's a lesson we can learn from this proverb. We could put the word "he becometh," or you could say he failed. He failed that dealeth with a slack hand. You're preparing for exam. And if you're not making good use of the time that you have, then that could, be compared to being slack-handed. So I am encouraging those of you who are on Zoom, those of you who are watching by way of YouTube, consider if what you're doing now with your time, if you're making good use of your time, or if you're experiencing a slack hand. A slack hand can also be procrastination. When you procrastinate, at the end of the day, the things that you're supposed to get done and it's not yet done, it's going to cause failure in the long run. And it continues to say, "But the hand of the diligent," and the word diligent there means hard work, "make it rich." And we could substitute the word rich for success in your HSB exams. So he becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. Okay. All right. So good night to Sharon. Good night. All right. So we'll play our theme song and then we'll pray and get straight into our quiz. So we'll start off with the quiz and then we get into looking at the 2016 past paper question.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, good night. Yes, Ms. Joseph, we're having devotion first, all right? Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, so you would ask. Okay, thank you.
I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me. And all my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful. of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You will lead me through the fire, and in darkest night, you were close like no other. I've known you as a father, I've known you as a friend, and I have lived in the goodness of God. Yeah. And all my life you have been faithful. Oh, and all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Yeah. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running, it keeps running after me. And all my life you have been faithful.
Okay, let us pray. Before I pray, I just want everyone to, as I said before, the song says, or the song, the person who composed this song, the lyrics says, all your life. And I want you to talk about, put your name in it, put yourself in that song and think about it. All your life. Wasn't God being faithful to you? Wasn't He? So sometimes when you feel depressed, you feel down, and you feel as if the world is against you, just remember, just think about it. Isn't the goodness of God been with you? You're alive. You're well. That's something for us to give God thanks for. Let us pray. Most kind and loving, most kind and loving and heavenly Father, we give you thanks, dear God, for sparing our lives to live to see another Wednesday night. As we're about to continue the preparation for exams, we want to first of all ask you, Lord, to forgive us now of our sins that we have trespassed against thee, as we forgive those who have trespassed against us. Father, we say again, thank you for your goodness that you have allowed to follow us throughout our life, even up until this point. Father, I know that you have glorified your name in the last exam with the students that you have put in our care. They have done well. And so, dear Lord, this year again we ask for another outpour of your blessing on the students who are doing exams this year. Those in Zoom, those who were part of CDP Lazarus services, those students who are watching from YouTube, and those students across the Caribbean who are preparing for this exam. Pray, oh God, that you will increase their knowledge. And as their knowledge is increased, I pray, oh God, that you will increase their understanding. And may they be able to read the questions and answer them appropriately with the correct information. Be with them now, we pray. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so we're going to go straight
Amen.
in. Okay, good night. All right, thank you. All right, before we go any further, though, we have a special student, a special guest from Shanice. Would you want to tell them where you're from, please?
Hi guys, I'm from Trinidad.
Okay. So she's from Trinidad. Okay, so we want to welcome you to virtually to Jamaica and welcome you to CDP Labs Edu Services. All right. Um, and I hope that night will be a pleasure. All right. You have been watching us from YouTube for quite some time, I believe. And
Yes,
we,
sir.
okay, good. So now you don't have to worry yourself now. You're a part of us. So we'll get down into ensuring by with your help and God's help, because you have to put in the work as well, right? You will
Yes.
definitely do well in the 2021 exams. All right, so let us know. We're not gonna look at the paper too. No, but we're gonna get into our quiz first. And normally we have, a very competitive spirit. We see a good night, Ashe. I see you there as well. Normally we would have a good competition. Vivette says that she would have win. I don't know if tonight will be the night for Vivette, but let us see if she will definitely win tonight. We're not seeing Nikosha here tonight, so maybe she has a chance. But Tasha is here. Tasha is here. So let's see if CDP Labs, the Zoom team, will continue on the winning streak. All right, so we're gonna go straight to the quiz now. All right, so let me bring up the link for the quiz. All right, so let's go. So I hope you're ready. Get on your marks because we soon get to set. So there are 16 human and social biology past paper questions. Some of it is from January 2020. So let's see how much you already you are. And come next week. All right, so just copy the link. All right, so I'm going to put it in the Zoom chat first. All right, so just click on the link. And I'm going to now put it in the YouTube chat. Good night, Christ Ambassador. Good night to Trudine Tomlin. Good night. Good night, Rock B. All right, so everybody knows has a link. So I'm gonna just click on the link, please, and put your name. Please click on the link. Yeah, just click on the link and go on. All right, so we have heard one person's on already. Let's who's on. So Elaine is on. We have Christy, that's 2. Vivette, that's 3. Shanice, you have to click on the link, okay? Dane is on. We have 4 persons on. Zoe is on. Shanice, remember you have to click on the link, all right? Miss Joseph, are you there?
Sir, I don't understand.
No, it's in the chat. All right, look in the chat and you'll see, look in the chat and you'll see it. Teresa is on. All right, do you see the chat on Zoom? You got the chat on Zoom when you find it. The link is in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, so click on it. All right, so we
So
have 8.
where start again to come in?
Come again?
Just pressing start or something?
Yeah, that's press it, yeah. No, man, not on my screen, not on my screen. Just click on the link. Click on the link itself. All right, so we have 8 competitors already. That's a lot. Alicia, where are you? Where are those, Alicia? Oh, it's 3 Alicias. Okay. It's there. Let me look. I'm not seeing Alicia there. All right, come, Miss Joseph. Log on for me, please. Log on for me, please, Miss Joseph.
So I don't see no link. I never understand this.
No, the link is in the chat. You not seeing it? I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna send it directly to you now. Still not seeing the link?
Yes, I see it now.
Okay. Let me send it again so that Tasha can get it. Tasha, the link is in the chat, so we can click on the link, please. All right, so we can get started now. All right, so Tasha is on. You don't see that, Shanice?
So I joined, but I've seen it loading.
Okay. Remember to put your name on. Oh, Ali says on now, so there are 10 competitors. All right. So we're gonna. Oh yeah, very good. You're on. All right, so we're gonna start. Let's get the ball a rolling. Let's see how prepared you are so far. It's 16 human and social biology paper 1 question. So let's get cracking. So first question. 11 competitors. Who will win this evening's competition? Gabriel won the last time. We have previous winners to see. The ability of a living organism to detect and respond to changes in its environment is referred to as. Okay, what's the answer for this? That's what the leaderboard looks like. Vivette is on top tonight. Well, Shanice is on top. Okay, so the answer is, it should be the irritability. Okay, let's continue. Second question. Leaderboard. Okay, Gabriel going back to the top. Well, okay, let's see what's going on tonight. All right, all of you got it correct. 11 persons got it correct. Okay. Okay. Let's see. All right, Shanice is back on top. Well, very competitive. You're going to say it. Woman from Trinidad is going to win today. Let us see. Which cell organelle is responsible for respiration? Which cell organelle is responsible for respiration? Lisa's on top. Well, it's getting really competitive. We have 11 questions to go. Diarrhea is often caused by bacteria and viruses present in the food that we eat. Okay. Gabriel is on top. Wow, this is getting there. This is a competitive night tonight. Which of the following conditions is a direct result of malnutrition? Okay, so Gabriel's still leading. Right, let's continue. Which of the following macronutrients is essential for the development of red blood cells in infants? Okay, Alice is stepping up. Vivette is in third. Need to try and come back, Shanice. That says fiber. And Gabriel is stretching away. Wow, let's see. Will Gabriel win again this week? Amino acids derived from protein are an essential component of our diet because they Let's see the leaderboard. All right, so Gabriel keeps going. Elise is in third. Vivette is in, sorry, this is in second, Vivette is in third. Good night to you, Sharon, again. Should have tried to participate, you know, Sharon. Region of the alimentary canal, that is acidic is the. This is an easy one. The boy should be getting this one right. But the points go to the person who answer first.
I wish I got a star, yes?
This one is the stomach.
Gosh.
All right, so Gabriel continues to stretch. Hey, where are the CDP Lab students? Where are the CDP Lab students tonight? Like, seriously?
Grinding.
Sharon, you have to click on the link, Sharon. have about 5 questions remaining. Which is the function of the incisor in the digestion of the food? What is the function of the incisor in the digestion of the food?
Oh gosh.
Okay. So the top 3 remain. Okay. And we have 4 questions remaining. Pulmonary circulation involves the passage of blood from the What is the leaderboard saying now? And Gabriel continues to lead. So it seems as if Gabriel will be winning a spot in the marathon sessions. There's one more game to win, which is next week. It said at first, if you win 3 straight wins in a row, wow, well, and Alicia is in second place. And that's an improvement, Alicia. You're doing well. This is an easy one. 2 questions remaining. 2 questions remaining. Who will win? Is it Alicia or Gabriel? Is it Alicia or Gabriel? Who will win tonight? Okay. Wow, Alicia is on top. This is serious, Gabriel. One more question remaining. Will Alicia get this one tonight? Or will Gabriel take it back? Who is going to win tonight? This is interesting. Alicia or Gabriel or Vivette. Top 3. Alicia in the lead. Gabriel place pushed back to second place. And the time is running out. So we have one more question left to go. And the leaderboard. Well, Alicia, will you remain the winner? Will Alicia remain the winner tonight? Okay. Final question. Who will win? Will Alicia win? Or will Gabriel take it back over? Who will win tonight?
Sorry.
All right, so Gabriel put in her excuse already. Okay. Well, Alicia, congratulations. Congratulations, Alicia. Finally, Alicia has won. Finally, Alicia has won. That's good. Well tried to I guess it's your first time doing it, Trinice. So
Yeah,
not bad.
it's my first time.
First time. Okay. Well tried.
Thank
Um,
you.
you're welcome, ma'am. Okay, so you guys can return back to looking at the screen. So Zoe, the first time Zoe competing got third. Congratulations. And congratulations to Gabriel again for being in the top two. And Gabriel said that she was having device issues. So we are sorry about that, but that's how the competition goes. You have to ensure that your car is ready for the competition, don't it? All right. So and congratulations to Alicia getting 81% of the questions correct. Not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. So I see that you're preparing for paper one. All right, very good. All right, I see that you're listening to the YouTube as well, Shanice. All right. Okay, so let's look at the questions though. So we got Alisa took answered 81% correct. That's very good. Gabriel did 75% is good, and Zoe 62%, and Vivet 62%, Teresa 62%, Tarsha 43%, Shanice 43%, and of course Elaine 31%, and Ashay 25%, and okay. All right. So well done to all of you who have participated. And I'm quite sure now you recognize that you have a lot to deal with. Let us review the questions and then we get straight into paper two. All right. So Alicia, congratulations. Congratulations. Good job. Good job. And Zoe, for the first time, congrats. All right. And congratulations to you again, Gabriel. All right. So our first question here, the ability of a living organism to detect and respond to changes in its environment is referred to as irritability. Now, it could not be nutrition, it could not be excretion, and it could not be movement. So it must be irritability. All right. So majority answered well. All right. So this is saying you have osmosis, diffusion, photosynthesis, active transport. And the question was, which process describes the spread of gases throughout a room? And of course, a key word there is gases. So it gave it all away. And majority of you answered this correctly, which is very good. All right, took 16 seconds to answer it. Very good. So the answer is B. Again, the question was, which process describes, and again, the multiple choice is easy, don't it? Which, and this was the January 2020 past paper question. Most of the questions came from the January 2020. It says, which process describes the absorption of water by plant roots? And again, this has given away the question. The obvious answer was osmosis. So you look for the key words in the questions. Which organelle is responsible for respiration? And of course, most of you answer this question correct. It is the mitochondria. Good. All right. Very good. And that's why it is important to know the cell structures and their function. All right. Good. And Alicia, we have a token to give you for winning. This is your first time for winning. We'll be giving you your token. All right. Now, diarrhea is often caused by bacteria and viruses present rather in the food that we eat. So the question is, which of the following actions would most likely increase the chances of our food being contaminated by bacteria? Of course, leaving the food on the stove top until everyone has eaten. So leaving the food on the stove top until everyone has eaten. So you know anything is possible right there. Good. All right. No, it could not be storing the food in the refrigerator. Could not be. Keeping raw meat and cooked um, apart. Could not be. Washing hands before and after using the toilet. All right. Could not be because these are protective measurements. So it must be the one that is not protective. Good. All right. Which of the following conditions is a direct result of malnutrition? Well, it's not asthma, it's not depression, it could be possibly diarrhea, but it's not diarrhea, right? It's not diarrhea because you probably eat something that is contaminated, but malnutrition has nothing to do with that. It has to do with poor diet. Now, the Spanish word mal means bad. The prefix means bad, nutrition, bad, nutrition, how you feed, good. So technically, the answer is obesity.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead, Shanice.
No, nothing.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, it says now, which of the following micro, and micro means small, microscopic. You cannot even see to the naked eyes. Good. So this is micronutrients, which is small in this case, right? Micro means small, macro means large. So the micro, now before I go to the micronutrients, the macronutrients, just to remind you if you're new before or to inform if you did not know, the macronutrients will be the fat, the protein, and the carbohydrates. Those are macronutrients. So the micronutrients now are the iron, the calcium, the vitamin B, the phosphorus. However, the question is asking which of the following micronutrients is essential for the development of red blood cells in the infants. And when you see when you see blood, just blood, that's a key, a, a clue to the answer. And you know that is iron. When we talk about development of blood, we're talking about iron. Good. All right. So you have to look for the clues. You have to look for the clues. Which of the following substances has no nutritive value in a balanced diet? Well, fat has value, protein has value, and so is carbohydrate. So the odd one out would be fiber. And you know that the fiber normally is undigested one. Food, that means it was not digested. Hence, it will not have any nutritive value to your body. But it helps you though. Good, it helps you. Amino acids derived from protein are an essential component of our diet because, what's the reason? Let's see the answer. Are used in the building up of what? New cells. Again, you look for the what? Clues, building up of cells. That is what protein is there for. Good? For growth. And what stores energy? The carbohydrates. Good? All right, let's continue. The region of the element, this is easy. The region of the alimentary canal that is acidic is the what? pH is the stomach rather, because of the stomach walls, the gastric juice, it produces what? Hydrochloric acid and the enzyme pepsin. So hydrochloric acid, stomach, acidic. So look for all the clues, right? All the clues. What is the function of the incisor? I hope you know where to find the incisor in the digestion of the food. So you have to know not just to identify the tooth, but you must also be able to know its function. And sometimes, if you're in the exam and you don't try there bugging on yourself to remember something, incisor, touch it, open up your mouth and well, make sure your finger is clean before you put your finger in your mouth and feel it. You can know. Don't bite yourself now. All right. So the answer is what? Cutting. So these are functions of different type classification of the teeth, but you need to know what each category of the teeth is responsible for. Pulmonary circulation involves the passage of blood from the heart to the lungs, and back. Now, most persons answered lungs to the heart. But you see, it says from to the lungs and back to the cycle. But if you say lungs to the heart, and then where is after that? So that cannot be correct, right? You get caught in that one. Lower parts of the body to the heart. Heart to the rest of the body, excluding the lungs. So that one is totally out, totally wrong. Now the systematic circulation now is from the heart to the rest of the body and back. All right. So you must be able to distinguish the two circulatory systems in the body. The pulmonary circulation is from the lungs, from the heart to the lungs and back. Good.
Just give me some what you have to know.
Yeah, go ahead, Joseph.
What you have to know again?
Yes. To distinguish the pulmonary circulation and the systematic circulation. The pulmonary one is from the heart to the lungs and back, and the systematic one is from the heart to the rest of the body and back. All right. Good. And that is one of the reasons why it's called a double circulatory system, because they know that the blood circulates into the heart twice before going back to the rest of the body. All right. Good. Let's continue. Which of the following structures allow substances to pass through its wall? Well, the vein certainly doesn't do that. The artery certainly doesn't do that. Neither does the arteriole. But the capillary does it. Because remember now, you can find the capillaries at the alveoli where exchange of gases takes place. Good, so it passes through. All right, because and remember that the capillary is one cell thick. Remember that. Okay, let's continue. Which of the following is not a stage in the life cycle of the mosquito? Well, obviously, the embryo is really for adults, isn't it? For humans, I should say. Mammals, right? Okay. All right. And of course, egg would have naturally be a part of it. The pupa would be a part of it. And you have the adult mosquito, definitely. Okay. Second to last, which of the following metabolic products of the human body is toxic? Well, the urea, because the urea have nitrogenous waste matter in it, ammonia. Good, very poisonous. And our final question is the form of energy in bracket measured in calories that warms up the body. That warms up the body is referred to as heat, is the form of energy. No temperature is not a form of energy, but it's a measure. It's a measure, right? Good heat capacity is also a measure. And chemical energy does not warm up the body, but the heat energy is what warms up the body. All right. Okay. So congratulations again to those persons who performed well in this segment of the class. All right. So we're going to go straight now to this one. We were supposed to look at reproduction tonight, but given the CDP lab students some time to catch up on our preparation period. So where I am at in the syllabus, we earlier in the class we had covered up, started at section E, and well D rather, to look at some diseases. We have looked at section E, user environment. So I'm not sure how many persons joined us from that time of the class, but we'll be going back to them through the use of past papers. That's why we have an announcement. Of course, you know, this is the second to last class. We are streaming live on our YouTube channel for human and social biology. However, because of our guest maths teacher, he had asked for us to continue on Monday nights throughout until exams. However, that's just for the maths class, but for our in-house students, we'll be doing our 2 week marathon, 2 weeks of marathon of mathematics, 2 weeks of marathon for human and social biology, and classes continue to exams. All right.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna move into our past paper.
Excuse me.
Let's yes, go ahead, Shanice.
Um, you sure what we getting? What papers we getting for this year?
What papers? Well, C.X.C is not papers. You must be referring to the topics. Now, C.X.C had promised that they're gonna release the topics 5 weeks before the exam starts. So I believe sometime in the month of May, we will know which specific topics to prepare for in the this year's 2021 exam across the board. So we'll wait until those topics are released, then we'll know what to focus on. But we'll be going through as much past paper questions in the marathon until exams. All right, we have a lot of questions out there, so we'll be going through them together. All right, so are you ready? Are you ready? Tasha, Shanice, are you guys ready? Lisa and company in YouTube, are you guys ready? Gabriel, are you ready? Sharon, are you ready? Vivette, Elaine, are you ready? All of you, are you ready? Trudy and Tomlin, are you ready? Christy, are you guys ready? Let me see the messages. Tell me if you are ready. I want to know if you are ready because we're gonna go right into our past paper question. Let's see how fast, how much we can cover. All right, so this is it. Uh, okay, so we'll be taking a look at the 2016 exam, January 2016 past paper question. And we always look at the cover page first. And of course, you know, Teresa, if you're there, you can still join us in Zoom if you're there. All right. Okay. So the human and social biology exam is normally 2 hours long. And by way of mathematics, it is 120 minutes long. So if it is 6 questions that you have to do, then it means that you cannot spend no more than 20 minutes per question. So what does that mean? That means you need to have a watch. No, you cannot go into the exam with your cell phones. So you need to have a watch, digital watch preferably, which is much easier to read, so that you can time yourself. Now we're going to look at exam techniques and how you go about answering the exam questions. You might have to be you know, to answer some of these questions, you might have to do a bit of research. But our focus tonight is really on how you read the question, how you approach and answering the question, and we'll provide some answers. All right. Okay. So again, this paper consists of 6 questions in 2 sections. 6 questions in 2 sections. And be careful to observe the instructions carefully, where they say do not write in the margins because the C.X.C these days, they scan the exam paper, they distribute it to the markers, and the markers will mark it. Now, if you don't write on this thing properly, you know what will happen, right? Some of your answers will not be seen. So make sure that you do not write in the margins. They encourage you to answer all the questions. So you must attempt all the questions. Good. By the way, Tarsha, do you have a presentation for me tonight? Tarsha?
I thought it was Saturday night, not tonight.
Oh yes, Saturday night. Okay. Okay, Tarsha. Okay. That means they don't have it ready for me tonight, right?
Yes, it is.
It is ready?
Sir, Saturday night.
Okay. You frightened me.
Yeah, I did the models for the respiratory system.
Oh, you did it.
Yes, I
Um,
two of them.
so
One, two.
you want to show us? You want to show me? Let me see how it looks tonight. You don't have to do the
No,
presentation tonight, but at least let me see what it looks like.
the one for the lungs and the oh.
You could show me tonight. No, not a problem with that. You could show me. Let me see how it looks like. That's what you're afraid of. No, I'm not asked to present tonight. I'm just simply asked to show me the models.
I will. I
Okay.
will show you. No problem.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I'm trying to think where to put it. If I should put it in my room or in the living room.
Okay. All right. So while Tarsha is sorting out her surprise models, for those Shanice, once you're part of CDP Labs and Services, you expect. Oh my God, you're gonna get a grade 1. Let me tell you what you need. Well, the last person I told you they're gonna get a grade 2, they got a grade 2 last year. So if I say you're gonna get a grade 1, that's what we're working for. We're working for grade 1s this year. Okay. Now, every student of CDP Labs and Services is expected to do a presentation on every system in the syllabus. A matter of fact, every section in the syllabus. So once you are fully registered in the program, you get access to your assignments. And then, of course, you must do your assignments. The last person had only 2 weeks to prepare for the exams. Only 2 weeks she had to prepare for exams. And I'm going to try and get back in touch with her so she could come and really speak to you guys physically, right? And she got 2 weeks. And throughout that 2 weeks, she had to do presentations upon presentations upon presentations. And that helped her and cemented a successful score in 2 weeks. You have more than 2 weeks. So it means that we must get a grade 1. Grade ones. Having the notes alone is not enough. Notes alone is not enough. Need more than notes. Okay? All right. So as we wait for Tarsha, let's continue to look at the paper. Now, each question is worth 15 marks. It means then you must aim for the maximum. The maximum. And the proverb tells us, if you work hard, you will be successful. And I'm encouraging my students, those of you who are in Zoom here, and those students who are in YouTube, you must aim for the highest. All right. So let's just get down to the question now. First question. All right. Now, we're looking at the teeth. Good. And those students who are part of Zoo, who are part of CTP Labs, would have seen a video with a teeth looking like this. Good. And why do I encourage students to have their yeah, go ahead, Trinice.
When I do in the presentation, what topic I have to start from?
All right. Now you can do one on diabetes. Type 1 and type 2. Yes, what is it, Trinice? What do you say?
How it is like to do diagrams and stuff?
You're going to be creative. So you're going to be very creative. Meaning You get the charts, but I don't want them to be labeled. I want it to be colorful and as best as possible, be creative. In other words, pretend that you're a nurse or a doctor educating a patient. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I know you can do it. I know you can do it. All right. But I'll tell you more later though, right? When Tarsha,
Sir,
yes, Tarsha, go ahead. You have it now?
I'm just going to get it over with.
What do you mean? Present or you're going to show me
No,
what you have?
just to show.
Okay,
Uh,
yes, man. Go ahead. We want to see it. We want to see it.
all right.
Let's
Let me
Tasha is
select.
showing us her
All right.
thing.
All right. What should I do now?
You're looking good.
This
Wow.
is
Yeah, go ahead.
this is what I did for to present the intercostal, the
Mhm.
diaphragm, the lungs, yeah, all of that. But let me,
Okay, so I
this
have the diaphragm right there.
show how
Oh,
it
and then you
works.
have the okay, good, good, good. So you're ready for Saturday night, man. Ready for Saturday night. What, Teresa, get jealous and jump in. Okay. Wait, hold on
Yes,
there.
sir.
Wait, for Teresa. Teresa get jealous and jump in. Wait. Hold on. Persons on YouTube probably wonder why we're so excited, eh? All right. So very good. I see that. Okay, so you have your lungs right there. Very creative. And you claim say. Good night, Teresa.
Good night, sir.
You see what I go on, Teresa? It's what you claim say. You know that
Yes,
creative?
sir.
You see? Well done. So we're looking for a cat of one post presentation on Saturday night. Well, sorry for the YouTube persons, they'll not be able to see this presentation. I wish they could. But you know what you need to do in order to see the presentation? Register with CDP Labs and the Services. Our student make online class come alive. Okay, wonderful, miss. Thank you very much. So I see in the trachea, I'm seeing the lungs, I'm seeing the intercostal muscles, and I saw that you have your model of the lungs to demonstrate breathing. Excellent, ma'am. That you're ready for it. You're ready for it. You're ready for it. All right, so we're gonna go back to the quiz.
I'm not so creative.
Oh, really? No, I hear one was so colorful last week.
I draw, sir. I try draw the thingy.
Okay. Oh,
So
so
it's
that
the man here. Show your man, Queen. I sent it
okay,
to you,
okay.
man.
Well, people, well, Shanice, Sharice, you're seeing things. Sharice, you're going to see what's going on here. People are come. Let's go see Teresa. We want to see it.
Teresa, go on so much.
Teresa, go on, Pawe. Come, Teresa. I go see her own, Teresa. I go see her own. Teresa, go on, Pawe, you know. Open it up on the computer, you know. Okay, I can share one. We can share the screen. Oh, scrapbook. Okay. All right. That's good. That's very good. It's colorful still. It's colorful. Your mic muted, so when I hear what I say, your mic muted.
Oh, Teresa reached for Zoom.
Oh, she reached my Zoom. You know, she reached my Zoom. Now she hear more presentation.
Oh, sir.
Yes. All right. That's wonderful.
I try to draw something, sir, and color it.
Okay. All right. Wonderful. So we're looking forward to from presentations, and as I guess as it gets closer to the exam, more and more presentations will be coming to the class. Wonderful. So you guys will be teaching such night. Lovely. All right. So Shanice, you get an idea now, Shanice?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, Teresa, I wanted to welcome Shanice. She's from Trinidad and Tobago. You hear the accent? Could you say something? Tell us something about Trinidad, Shanice.
I am a normal person, like everybody else. I kind to others and stuff.
Okay. You're a normal person like everybody else. So you're saying I am normal? You sure I am normal?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, and you're a Caribbean national. So we again we welcome you to CDP Labs Edu Services. All right. Okay. All right. So we have 1A. Could somebody read this for me, please? Somebody read it for me, please.
So figure 1 is a diagram of a section through a molar tooth.
Okay.
Figure
So
1, section through the molar tooth. Identify the structure labeled B in figure 1 and state the function.
all right. So hold on there now. Now, this is 2016 question. What this is, I hope the person's okay. Okay, good night, Nikita. Nikita Sharnice, Nikita says she loves the Trini accent. I love it too, to be honest with you. I love the Trinidadian accent. When I go to NCU and I have my other Caribbean friends at NCU, I normally try to speak like how they speak. I have a friend from Antigua. Hey, you must hear Antigua and speak as well, you know. We almost sound alike, basically. All right. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, man, good. Now, notice the question. It asks you to identify the structure. And the past paper is basically telling you, the student, that you need to be able to identify structures and state their function. Function there meaning what is it that they do? What purpose them serve? Why did God make this? Good? No. My question is this now. Which of the teeth does this look like? Anybody?
That look like an insect.
Inside, so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Inside, so. Okay. But it's not the incisor though.
That's not the incisor.
Because they see in not reading, it tells you that it is the molar tooth. Remember the molar part is flat, you know, kind of a flattish like shape, right? Kind of flattish. Good. So it is the molar. Now they're asking you to identify B. What part is B?
The enamel?
Well, I would want to think that A is the enamel.
Yeah. But so what is B? We're not the string them.
All right, so beyond the enamel, what do we have? Beyond the enamel, what do we have? And feel free to research if you will. Feel free to research. Okay, I see persons in the WhatsApp group saying B will be the dentine. All right, so the dentine. Okay, so Alicia says the dentine, right? Because remember you have the enamel, the dentine rather, you have the pulp cavity as well. Good. So all right, so it looks like the dentine. So the question is now very good. Well, Vivette is saying the pulp cavity. That's B saying dentine. Gabriel is saying it's the dentine. All right, let us see who's correct. Let's use correct, right? Let's use correct. So we want to look at the structure of a teeth. Let's research. All right, so call it the molar, molar diagram. All right, so let's look for one of them. All right. Not that one there, certainly not that one. Let's see if we can. Let's see. All right, let's use this one. All right, can you see this picture?
Yes, sir.
All right, so the dentine is very much correct. So after the enamel, which is A, then we'll have the what? The dentine, the inner part, and then you have the pulp cavity right here. So look at the different layers now, you know. You have to look at the layers now. So the first layer is the enamel, the second layer is the dentine, and then you have the what? Pulp cavity. Good. Now I want you guys, that's why it is very important to have the different structures. That's just like what you saw Tasha did, and you have that, and you don't label it, but you practice to identify the different parts or the different structures. Good, right? No, B is not the enamel. B is the dentine. I'm trying to pronounce the name. Rock B? Rock B? Is Raquel? I'm not sure. All right. Could you type your real name for me, please? Rock B. All right. So A would have been the enamel, and B is actually the dentine. So that is correct. Dentine is correct indeed. All right. Now, what is the function then of the dentine? What's the function of it? What is it there for? You see, label A represents a cavity. Okay, then what's the function of the dentine?
It's similar to a bone.
Giovanna Williams, good night. You're correct as well. Yeah, what is it, Tarsha? What's the answer?
Similar to a bone.
It's similar to a bone. What do you mean similar to a bone?
Dentine.
If you have to research it, research it. Nothing is wrong. But when you research, you have to paraphrase it and put it in the simplest way possible. Well, similar to a bone, but in what way? In what way?
It helps the structure of the teeth. Tooth.
Okay. All right. All right. Let me share something with you. Ready? Now, it supports the structure of the tooth. Good. And makes the enamel that much harder. So what the dentine really does is it's supporting the structure of the tooth. Good. That's what the dentine does. I'm seeing where Vivid is saying it protects the pulp. Well, I guess you could say that. All right, that's correct as well. So Gabriel is saying to us that it protects the pulp and support the enamel. Well done. All right, well done. Good. So it is so you're right when you say similar to the bone, because the bone protects. Good, but I don't want to just, I do not want you to just say similar to the bone. No, that is not an answer. Suppose I don't know what the bone does. You see what I'm saying, Tasha?
Yes, sir.
When it says similar to the bone, you can't write that as an exam question. You have to say that the dentine protects both the enamel and the pulp cavity and supports the structure of the enamel. Simple. All right?
Please.
Yeah, go ahead, Shanice. What was that?
You can repeat, please.
I don't hear you.
You can repeat, please.
Oh, repeat. Okay. All right, what we're saying is that Tasha was given the answer that the function of the dentine is similar to the bone. But I'm just saying, if you write that as an answer, that would not be precise. You have to give more details. Good. So you have to say exactly what it does. And what it does is that it protects the pulp cavity, which is the more fragile part, just like the heart. Good. Or the lung drugs are being protected by the kidney, or the brain being protected by the what? The cranium or the skull. So you have to talk. So the function, the verb is protect. So if you're not using the word protect in your answer, you have not yet started to answer the question. Because the word function there, what it does, the action word. So when you're writing, okay, I see Miss B says reinforces the tooth enamel. That is a very good way of saying it. She says reinforcing the tooth, the enamel of the tooth, which is a good, excellent way of saying it, a matter of fact. Reinforces. That's an excellent way. Good. And we saw that Zoe says bone-like structure that protects the enamel. Very good. Bone-like structure. So in other words, that could probably, you could probably consider that as the bone of the tooth, right? But the function, when you're going to talk about function, you must be looking for the verbs. So protecting, supporting, or reinforcing. Either of these responses must be a part of your answer. Is that clear? Is that clear? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So it protects the pulp cavity. It reinforces or it supports the enamel. Good? All right. Now, part 2 says in figure 1, could somebody else read part 2 for me, please? Could somebody else read part 2 for me, please?
In figure 1, the label A represents a cavity. Say two factors that are necessary for tooth decay.
Okay, wonderful. What is this question asking us? What is this question asking us? What is the question asking us? That are necessary for tooth decay. Two factors that are necessary for tooth decay.
When I eating sweet foods,
Sweet foods. Okay.
when they're not brushing their teeth on time,
Okay. So when you eat sweet foods, so are you saying that when you don't eat sweet foods, let's just say that we eat food that is not sweet, are you saying that we will not get tooth decay?
if you eat food right and then ain't brushing your teeth on time, you can get decay in your teeth.
Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, all right. All right. Okay. And brushing the teeth on time. All right. Okay. Anyone else? Tarsha, Teresa, or anyone from YouTube? But a nice attempt to the response, Shanice. But we wanted, as I said to Tarsha before, need to be more specific. So we have to understand what is the question actually asking. I see Vivek giving the actual answer. One of the actual answers, Vivek is saying plaque buildup. That is one of the factors. The buildup of plaque. Is that clear, Shanice? Buildup
Yes,
of what? Plaque. Because yes, by not brushing your teeth will lead to the buildup of what? Plaque. Make sense?
oh, okay.
Good. So what the question really asking for, it's state two causes for tooth decay. These two things must be there for your tooth to start decaying. And the plaque must be present. And there's one other thing that must be present. What is that?
Bacteria, sir.
What do you call it? What is it, Teresa?
Bacteria, sir.
Bacteria. Of course, if the bacteria is not present, then it will not, tooth decay will not exist. So naturally, the bacteria must be present. The two things, the plaque buildup and the bacteria. What the presence of bacteria? Oh,
Plaque.
yeah, go ahead, Shanice.
How are you spelling that plaque?
Plaque, it is P L Plaque. Plaque.
Alright.
All right, so I see that Miss B is saying consuming too much soft drink, acidic substance, okay.
Sugar.
Not brushing the teeth before bed and not doing a regular dentist checkup, okay. What you mentioned, Zoe and Miss B, is that you're looking at ways to prevent. Good. Gabriel saying, sir, not brushing teeth twice per day, not using fluorine toothpaste. Okay, those are prevention strategies. Sharon says too much sweet and poor oral hygiene. Okay, but the response that I'm looking for though is the one that Vivek gives, the buildup of plaque, and the one that Teresa gives, the presence of bacteria. Because if those two are not there, then they can drink. If you weren't going to have bacteria in the mouth, they couldn't drink. That would not affect your teeth. All right. Okay. Because remember, no, when the bacteria starts to feed on the plaque, then eventually it's going to produce what? An acid. And this is the acid now that starts the breakdown of the teeth, which is tooth decay. All right. Part 2. By the way, which part of the syllabus is this question based on so far? Oh, good night, Carlene Edwards. Good night. How are you doing, Carlene? How are you doing? Good night. Yes. What part of the syllabus is this question based on, by the way? You must be able to identify the section of the syllabus that they're.
Life and processes.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, yes, life and processes. Yes, that is true. Which comes on nutrition and digestion. Good. All right. Very good. Wonderful. So it says state 2 measures other than, and note they put in full caps other, full caps 2, and they don't expect you to give more than 2. So only give 2. All right. Okay. So yes, Alicia, so that you recognize it. Very good. All right. So they are saying no. State 2 measures other than a change in diet that could reduce the formation of cavities. Well, we got some of the, yeah, go ahead, Shanice, go ahead.
Eat foods like protein, and probably you can eat more staples.
Well, there's a problem to the answer to given. You know why there's a problem? It says other than change in diet. So exactly. So they do not want you to use anything have to do with diet. So it's not what you consume in this case, but it's a practice, such as what Alice is saying, flossing your teeth. Flossing can reduce the formation of cavities. And I think Gabriel mentioned it up there before, brushing, using fluorine toothpaste. Flossing or brushing your teeth with fluorine toothpaste. Good. Those could be 2 answers that you could use. All right, so very good, Alicia and Gabriel. So you see, in part 2, they ask for prevention, but in part 3, they ask for prevention, but in part 2, they just want to state 2 factors. So measures are different from factors. Causative agents, what is it that causes the tooth decay? Is the buildup of plaque and the bacteria. And the measures now, you can floss or brush, with fluorine toothpaste. And Vivette says you can use antibacterial mouthwash. That is true, Vivette. Very good.
Yes, we can go regular checkup, regular dental visit.
Yes, Tasha, we can do regular dental visit for cleaning the teeth. So that's why we go to the dental to clean the teeth, right? Good. All right. And that is true. Regular dentist brushing teeth regularly, very good. And avoid sugary drinks. Okay, all right, wonderful. So we move further. Now we're at part B of the question now. Somebody was asking me about something related to a question like this. Who was that person? Shanice, you remember?
Hmm?
Were you asking me questions based on this?
Oh, yes.
HIV? It's okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So here we get into a question like it. Now, if you notice now that question B,
So,
question one, yeah, go ahead, Shanice. What are you saying?
so like this question, them questions on HIV and AIDS is always come because I have a pacifier booklet with 2013 to 2015 and right
Mhm.
questions with pregnancy and AIDS and things.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. All right. As I told you before. Good. All right. So could somebody read read at the top for me, please? Read the top.
Figure 2 shows the population of males and females who either have AIDS or do not have AIDS.
Oh, okay. Now, when you get a diagram in a question, let me see if I can big it up some more. Okay. When you get a diagram, first thing you should do, or a chart, the first thing you should do is get yourself familiar with it. Don't just jump to the question like that. Get yourself familiar with the chart or the diagram. Now, what type of information is this chart providing? Give you a chance to answer first. What type of information is the chart providing?
Or persons with AIDS and the ones without AIDS.
Okay, all right. One with AIDS and one without AIDS. Okay. Anything else?
Also their age.
Their age. Very good. Very good. Age groups. And what else?
Amount.
Amount in terms of population. Very good. And what else?
And the gender.
And the gender. Oh, my language student. Great. Thank you. And the gender. Thank you very much. All right. Yes. Good, 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 good. All right. So they are providing information about those with AIDS and without AIDS, and they are looking at the males, the gender, male and female, and look at the age group, and look at the population. All right. Now, before we get into the question, what conclusions now? Because this is a statistical diagram. So, what conclusions now can we draw from this diagram so far? And those in YouTube, please to answer as well. What conclusions can we draw from this diagram? Anybody? What conclusions can we draw from this diagram?
Oh. Yeah.
As the age in the person increases,
Mhm.
the population decreasing, and then it have a slightly decrease, and then it start back to increase again.
Very good. So it fluctuates. All right. So we're seeing a fluctuation as the population what increases, the age what increases and then decreases again. Okay. All right. Good. 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 All right. Any other observation?
I would say the older they get, the older gen, what should I say? The, I would just put it in elders. The elders doesn't have AIDS. The the younger ones, like
Mhm.
they're with the AIDS, the disease. That would that would.
Okay. So you're saying that the younger population,
Yeah.
among the public, the younger person, the younger age group,
Yes.
they tend to have, there are more what without AIDS or with AIDS?
With air with it.
With AIDS.
Yeah, with it.
You sure? You sure? Look good enough. Look good. Look good enough. Look good. Because what I'm seeing, well, you're right still. You're right. Because when you look at, let's say, for example, from 0 to 4, you find that more males are without AIDS. More males, because you have to look at the size of the rectangle, right? You look at the size of the rectangle. See that? So, for the age 4, males, there are more males without AIDS and less males with AIDS. But as we go up, as you recognize, as they go up, you find that more males, older males, 20 to 24 now, have AIDS. Good. But yes, as you get older now, we recognize that the presence of AIDS in the older generation are without AIDS and less of them with AIDS. A very good conclusion. Very good. All right. So the aim, you have to get you have to properly understand. Good. Okay, so we see that somebody's saying, all right, in order to see the picture properly, you have to turn your device to get full screen into you have to go full screen on YouTube, go full screen on YouTube and possibly turn it long way. All right, Alicia and company and Zoe, you have to do that. You have to turn it long way, go at full screen and long way in order to see properly. All right, full screen and long way. All right, good attempt and very good contributions from you ladies. All right, so let's go. But the idea though, I don't want you to just jump into a question like that. I need for you to get yourself familiar with the information given that you can gather from the diagram. Am I making sense to you all?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, making sense to you, Ms. Joseph?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, so let's continue.
Well, I have a nice accent too.
Oh, me?
Yeah, the
Oh,
Jamaican. I like the Jamaican accent too.
okay, thank you very much. Which one? You
You're
mean
welcome.
the one I'm talking about now, or this one? Which one?
The Jamaican in general.
The general. Okay, then. Thank you very much. All right. Okay. All right. So, number of persons with or without AIDS by age group. So that is what their mission is on. The number of persons
Yeah,
with or without AIDS or by the age group. So, which age group is more severely affected by AIDS?
20
That's the
to 20.
question. 20 to 24. Okay.
Excuse me, sir, how you get that?
All right. Very good question. Tasha, could you explain to her how you got that?
Because I looked at the age group over to the side, the age and the population, where yeah, exactly.
Oh, I understand. No.
Yeah.
No, you see it now. All right.
Yeah.
And you
That's
can
fine.
good. And you can also use the size of the very good there. Very good, Tasha. You can use the size of the rectangle because if it knows age 20 to
Yeah.
24, right here, there are about 80,000. Don't look at the numbers here now because you have to look at the difference. Good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So right here is about 80 odd. But if you look at the full population will be probably 120. But if you subtract say 80 from it, you left back with about 40. So the 40,000 between the age group 20 to 24 is without, but 80,000 is with. And this one has a longer rectangle compared to all of them. So most naturally on both male and female side, so both naturally you know, that would have been the answer. Excellent. Got a 1 mark right there. Great.
Oh, I
Now
just noticed
you
this,
just seen
but
it?
rectangles.
You're just in the rectangles?
I say I just noticed it by the rectangles. How they're going long and short. I could tell by that. That's the only way how I could.
Tell the answer. Okay. All right. Good. So you can, and that is the very reason why I said before you look into the question, get yourself familiar with the diagram first.
Okay.
So that's all right. So that's the exact reason why I said that, right? All right, good. But very good question. Excellent question. All right, so let's cut part two. Would someone read part two, please?
Based on the data presented in Figure 2, which population, male or female, has more persons suffering with AIDS in the 45 to 69 age?
All right, so we have to go back again to the chart. So make note of the question. Based on the data, see if we can zoom in some more.
Yeah.
All right. So based on the data presented in Figure 2, which population, male or female, has more persons suffering from AIDS in the 45 to 69 age group, male or female? So let's get into that. 45 to 69 age group. So let's look for that. 40 what?
Female.
45 to 69. All right.
45 to 69.
So
Female.
45 females.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. 69 right here. So yeah, you're correct. You can use the size of the rectangle to determine that, right? All right, good.
Sir,
Right.
could you read another question, please?
Bring it back. Okay. There it is. All right, can Zoe and Riley and Alicia see to the diagram better now? You guys let me know if you can see it much better now, please. All right, you got what you're looking for, Shanice?
Hmm. I'm taking it down, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're taking it off. Okay. All right. But the essence here, though, it's not the knowledge, not knowledge are being tested on in this question, doing Shanice. It's not the knowledge you're being tested on. Bear it in mind. What you're being tested on in this question is your ability to read the graph.
Okay.
You understand? So make note of that. You're not being examined on knowledge now, but you're being examined on your ability to read the graph. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. And that's why you have to carefully examine the graph. Get familiar with the graph. Just like you get to know someone, get intimately involved, not necessarily sexually, but to know more about it. Is that clear?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So you look at it properly. So you say that age group. Just look at it, right? Just take a good look. And when you're looking at something purposefully, you have to be asking yourself some questions. That's how you look at something purposefully, by asking questions. Good. Ask questions. Question the thing. Question the graph. Why is the shape that they use is rectangle? But I realize that one shade that looks young, one part of the full rectangle looks shorter. You understand what I'm saying? So get yourself, question the thing, and by questioning the thing now, you will learn to get more knowledge of it. So basically interacting, just like if you in the company of someone, but just being in a company of known doesn't tell you much about the person unless the person is doing something. Well, the person's not doing anything or saying anything, you're not going to learn nothing about the person. But if you ask the person a question, then at least you'll know the language the person speaks. You will know how the person speaks and how the person possibly is thinking. So questioning the thing is very important to learn more about it. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Right, good. All right, so let's proceed. Read this one for me, please. 3 marks.
Oh, that come already, I think. Predict the Socio-economic
Oh, I hear a question. Okay, read it for me, please. Read it. Go ahead and read it.
predict the socio-economic future of the population represented in Figure 2. Your answer should consist of 3 predictions.
All right. What's the key word in this question?
Socio-economic.
All right. First of all, good, that's true. First of all, um we constantly hear this question. We constantly hear this question.
Sir, that come already, and I didn't know what to do.
All right, we're gonna answer it. We're gonna answer it together. Don't worry yourself.
Mm,
First of
Sir,
all, go ahead, Tarsha.
could I try answer it without just to
Researching.
try?
Yeah, man, go ahead. Yeah.
One of the answer would be more. There are going to be more male elders, which are male, with the
Mhm.
disease.
With the
In the
disease.
yeah,
There will be more elders with the disease.
yes, the gender male.
Okay, yes, yes. Why would you say that?
Because looking at the age group, the square, the size of the square, and
Mhm.
that the younger age have it more than the older.
Mhm.
Yes, age doesn't just leave. It's a
That is true. Age doesn't leave you. And
yeah.
age
So
does not leave you based on age either.
yeah. So I guess it's going to be more.
There's gonna be more.
Yeah,
Okay.
elders
Okay.
in the
Very good. That's good. That's a good prediction, yeah. But what they're asking though, and in terms of the word future, very good attempt at the question, the answer. In terms of the word future, and looking at the chart again, the chart is telling us that the younger generation, especially in that age group, 20 to 24, um, that age group getting older. So if you were to do the census again, that age, the persons who are in the older bracket coming from that generation would obviously have AIDS based on the current data, right? But the question still lingers. Socioeconomic. Predict the socioeconomic future of the
Does that have
population.
to do with money or something? Finance?
Well, it definitely have to do with income. Income, when you talk about socioeconomic, you're talking about income, you're talking about education, you're talking about employment, you're talking about community safety. You see, these are factors that make up the socioeconomic term, that term. So you have to understand what the term socioeconomic means. So let us ask the question. Let's get real into the question. If you have AIDS and the AIDS is not treated, and it costs, a matter of fact, it costs a lot of money because what you see happening now is that more persons now will be spending on healthcare. True?
Mm-hmm.
Most persons will be spending on healthcare. So you're going to find now, so when you're looking at healthcare now, most persons will be spending money on healthcare. Government will be spending more money on healthcare. Why? Because government now have to purchase what if the population
More treatment.
can't. All right, good, because don't think that the pharmacists get the products free. So more money will be spent on healthcare because of that particular population there. Good. So healthcare would be affected. Good. What else will be affected? Will this affect employment, and how will it actually affect employment?
Like probably if they go for a job, some jobs might want them to get tested or probably take, some jobs are like police, they will certain parts will want you to just let you do a test to see if you have anything in your blood.
They are medical.
So that might handbug them, yeah, in a way. Like for going from medical.
So you are saying a person, well, what it may affect employment. Okay, I appreciate your response, but let's look at it at another angle. If a person is ill, in terms of production may go down because the person might get critically ill, have to stay away from the job for some time. I want to stay away from the job. You're going to see production reducing. That's one. But from fixing up your answer though, you are seeing a raise in unemployment because they said the person might not end up getting the job because they have been tested positive for HIV, right? Good.
Yeah.
All right. But no, it is not HIV because HIV is different from what? AIDS.
Yeah.
Once it reach AIDS, then you're going to see that there'll be an increase, there'll be a demand for employees, but the job market, but what we call now, the population of employees would have reduced because these persons have AIDS, meaning that they are not be able to function in such environment to work. Because they have AIDS, them sick. So we are seeing the income being affected in terms of the government will be spending more on healthcare. And we're also seeing that there will be more jobs than employees. The employment will be affected right there so as well. Very good. What about community safety? What about community safety?
So when you don't put what will be affected, you have to explain these things.
Well, I normally would recommend to my students that when you have questions that talk about predictions or suggestions, I'd want to support your response with an example. Yes, so the answer to your question is actually yes. All right. So, but when you're going to answer a question like this, though, it must surround income, must surround employment, must surround education, and it must surround community safety and social support. All right. Good. Community safety, probably if most persons are living in the, just like how COVID is going around now. If COVID gets into your community, they call it community spread. So once it gets into your community, the chances of persons in your community getting COVID has become greater. So the chance, if another person in a particular community has AIDS, the chances of other members in the community become inoculated by AIDS is greater. Because guess what? Not everybody know some have AIDS before them get checked up. I have HIV. So if persons practice unprotected sex, then the chances of them contracting HIV virus would have what? Also increased. So community safety would have also what? Decreased right there. Make sense? Make sense?
So decrease in community safety.
There will be a decrease in community safety. All right. And an increase in unemployment. Good. Make note of those things. All right. Are those any answers coming from the YouTube chat? What's going on? All right. So we're going to part C now. Okay, that's the final part of the question. Somebody read that part for me, please. And we're wrapping up. Yeah, read that for me, please. Explain.
Main two factors that may have contributed to the reduction in both the incidence of the death rate from infectious diseases since 1900.
Okay. Now, explain two factors that may have contributed. Note the word may have to the reduction in both incidence of and death rates from infectious diseases since 1900. That would have been the 20th century. Go ahead.
Treatment.
Go ahead, Tarsha.
I believe treatments are treatment for the illness.
Treatment. So, all right. So we'll talk about treatment in terms of the availability of medicine to treat those illness. And what other factor could we have?
Sir, finance, I was saying like money,
No.
sir.
No. A lot of people have money and they're still dead. So I only use money.
Okay. So some persons are afraid to do their checks.
No, but we're talking about reduction. Not increase, no, reduction.
What about protection?
Then exactly, people have lifestyle changes. Lifestyle changes, right? Because COVID has created some form of lifestyle change, don't it? You have to know practice what? Social distancing. You have to wear masks. So it's not about lifestyle changes. Good. So two factors. You could look at three things. One, more treatment is available. Good, right? And two, you also can look at lifestyle changes. So, for example, if a person stop practicing unprotected sex, if they start wearing condoms, good, or practice abstinence until marriage, and also do you, when you're going to get married, you have to do a checkup first, eh? Yeah, yes, man. You have to do the medical first to make sure that your future husband or future wife is not infected with anything and carry it into the marriage. Good. That is not something you want to carry into the marriage, don't it? Okay. I'm seeing Vivet saying persons have changed their lifestyle. Excellent response, Vivet. Yes. Also, more condoms are available. That's true, right? So, treatment in terms of condoms here, Tasha. Good. Right? And then the lifestyle changes. And also, because infectious disease is not only AIDS, you can also look at diet. What about your diet? Changing diet. Good. All right. Very good. Wonderful. Wonderful. Our time is against us right now. So we're going to be looking at more. Let's see what the second question is on. All right. So the second, well, you see, they kind of mix up the questions. So it's again, we're seeing some nutrition again. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's see what's going on here. There's something wrong with this. All right. All right. So let us see. Let's zoom out. Okay, let's see. All right, there's something wrong with this paper. Yeah. Let us see if I can open it otherwise. So I can open it. I will not be able to open it with that. All right, not in the full part of the paper. It's supposed to be 16 pages, but I'm not seeing the 16 pages coming out. I'm not sure what's happening to this part of it. All right, so Google is not loading the page properly. All right, never mind though. So, but we have to get back to the to this worksheet. So we have only covered just one of the questions. Good, but I promise that when we come back next week, definitely we're going to be covering the remaining questions. All right, but let me see if I could still get to look at it somehow. I should have it somewhere else. Let me check it for you guys. Hold on there. All right. Okay. Okay. And Gabriel, we see that Gabriel is also saying improvements in medicine. Okay. Very good. Wonderful response. Wonderful response. Let me check my other stock of paper. Let's see the folder. 1 second there. Second there. All right, the time is up and against us though, but let me still try, see if I can find what I'm looking for. So we're on the 2016 paper, right? Let's see if I can find it. That's January 2016 I was looking at. Oh gosh. This is okay. I think I have it right here. Got it right here. Tarsha drop off. All right, so I have another copy of it. This one should work, hopefully. This one should. Oh, there was a problem loading more pages. So you're asking me to download it? That's what you're asking me to download it?
You
What do you
mean
want
like
to do?
send a voice message?
Huh?
Yes, so you could download it and open it in Word.
You see, I didn't want to download it, you know. I don't like to download things on my computer these days, you know. All right, but teacher, I will download it. So not a problem. I'll work with it. You did a virus check, so no problem. All right. Okay, wonderful. So question number 2 now. Let us say we can touch a piece of question number 2. Okay, as Sharon's also said dietary changes. So dietary changes, um, changing their lifestyle and improvement in medicine. Very good. Wonderful and wonderful responses. All right. Everybody can see my screen still? Can you still see my screen? You guys are seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. All right. So here we are. Let's say we can look at question number 2, and then we'll have 4 more questions to look at in this thing. But if you notice though, they started off the first question, they mix it up. They mix it up. So pay attention to that. That's why it's necessary to study everything. Now, complete table 1 by indicating whether the named vitamin is water soluble or fat soluble. So you need this again, you're going to nutrition. So vitamin B1, you can research it if you want. I'm not testing your knowledge now. We're looking at how we answer exam questions. But remember that you must know them. You must know them. Hmm? Is B1 water soluble or fat soluble? Yes or no? So they did the first one for us. Vitamin A is said to be water soluble.
Water, sir?
Water soluble. Okay. What about vitamin C? Is it fat soluble or water soluble? What about vitamin C? Is it water or fat soluble? Research it. You can research it now. You can Google it if you want. Not a problem. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. So you can Google it for yourself. This is not something that you have to strategically try to answer it. All right. This is one you either know it or you don't know it. But you need to know it. So very important. What is vitamin C fat soluble or is it water soluble? Which is it?
Water, sir.
Water soluble. Okay, then. All right. What about vitamin D? Is it fat soluble or water soluble?
Fat.
Fat. Okay. I think they made a mistake with the vitamin A. I think vitamin E is a fat soluble vitamin. I think they made a mistake with that one. All right. All right. Part B now. Could read part B for me, please, Shanice? Read part B.
Name two elements which make up protein molecules other than oxygen and hydrogen.
Okay. Name two elements which make up protein molecules other than oxygen and hydrogen. Yo, I'm gonna give you one and you give me the next one. Eh? Other than oxygen and hydrogen.
Sulfur atom.
Sulfur and?
I said
Is it?
nitrogen. So other than oxygen and
Nitrogen,
nitrogen,
yeah,
sir.
nitrogen is one. Yeah, what's the other one?
Sulfur atom.
Sulfur. Okay. All right. So you think carbon will be a part of it too? You think carbon is a part of it? So what you're thinking? I'm going to tell you a secret after you do your research. But sulfur is one too, yeah.
SO4.
SO4. But yeah, SO4 is sulfur oxide, so it will be sulfur and oxygen. But there's a secret. The secret is that glucose. Wait, hold on. Glucose is a part of every nutrient, and glucose is a part of protein. So it's actually glucose plus nitrogen or glucose plus sulfur that we get a protein. So if glucose is a part of it, then naturally carbon must be one of those elements. So the protein is a compound made of amino acids, and each amino acid is made up from carbon. So each amino acids is made from carbon. Yes, so I see some persons mention carbon, which is correct. I see Vivet says nitrogen and sulfur, which is also correct. Good. So amino acids made of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Good. And most proteins also include sulfur. All right, wonderful. State one function of protein to the human body. This is an easy one, Mark. Easy one, Mark. Everybody should know this. One function of protein in the human body. Everybody should know this. Hello? Nobody don't know this? So,
It has to do with cells, sir. Like
growth. Simple.
growth.
Growth. Growth, man. Tell me growth. This straight up. One mark. One mark. All right. So, all right. Shanice, could you read this for me, please?
Cameron eats a slice of pizza and drinks a glass of guava juice. After this meal is digested, which sugar would most likely be present in his bloodstream?
Okay.
Lord, are we supposed to know?
Did you mean you were supposed to know? You can attempt. You can attempt. You can attempt. All right, he eats a slice of pizza. Good. And we know that pizza is not just made, the base of the pizza is made from carbohydrates. You agree?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the guava
Flour,
juice. Eh?
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, flour has starch in it.
Exactly. So when he digests it, and notice the key word, is digested. After his meal is digested, that means the macronutrients, the polysaccharides, the disaccharides have been broken down to monosaccharide. So what's monosaccharide then? Which sugar would most likely be present in his bloodstream? When you digest carbohydrate. Okay, Gabriel gave the answer. So did Alicia. The answer is glucose. So the single most likely thing is glucose. So when you have to look for the key, as I say, you have to read and look for the keywords.
Oh, yeah,
When yeah, go ahead,
starch.
Shanice. Go ahead, Shanice. Go ahead.
Yeah, yes, can put starch.
No, you cannot put starch
Okay.
because it says digested. So you see, when you're in the exam, you get your. It would be nice to have a reading pen. It's nice to have a reading pen, and you circle the keywords.
So the way I mark up on the paper.
Yes, why not? Your one until it submit it. Good. Now, if you notice something now, though, is that, and we're talking about exam strategies. Take out the keywords, digest it, but don't only take it out or circle it, but ask yourself what it means.
Mm-hmm.
So when you digest something, remember digestion is both chemical and mechanical. Good. When you digest it mechanical now, you're breaking down. I have to also look at the macronutrients that Cameron would have received from what he consumed. So digested means that something was broken down from something to something. No, the other key word is the time. The time. After. So after, and one of the things that I tell students to do, especially Teresa here. Teresa, what is it that I tell you to do and it has been working for you?
Draw, sir.
Amen. Church with that church now. Hallelujah. Draw. So we could draw Cameron. This is Cameron for me. Ball dread, ball dread. They want to put it, no. When I ball dread, my dread, short hair dread, yeah. Cameron that. This is Cameron. So Cameron ordered a pizza from Pizza Hut or Domino's. I have a long neck though. So here's a slice of pizza. So Cameron ate the pizza and then him digest the pizza and it start to go. You can draw your villi if you want to. And absorption will take place right here.
I'll
So
be back.
wait, Teresa?
I'll be back.
You'll be back. Okay. And we almost finished up. So our plan come back. All right. So what we're seeing happening here is that you have to ask yourself the question. That's a pizza. You see, don't just read the question, even though it's 1 mark, but make sure that when you read it, you understand it. You follow what I'm saying, Shanice?
Yes, sir.
Good. So you draw a picture. But you have to ask again, it comes back to questioning. What is it that he gets when he slices? What makes up the pizza? flour, as I mentioned. The carbohydrate is there. So there's one mark, there's one answer they want.
They could put
Good.
carbohydrate too.
Come again?
So he could put carbohydrate too.
Good. Yes, but note the carbohydrate is the macronutrient, but the carbohydrate was digested.
Oh,
That is the key, And then now the next key word is sugar.
yeah. Oh, you look for the keywords every time you're doing that.
Good.
Understand.
So the only thing that is missing from here is what he obtained from the pizza, which is the word carbohydrate. So he obtained carbohydrate. Good. You obtained the carbohydrate. So the carbohydrate now that was digested into what sugar? And when we digest carbohydrates, the end product of digestion of carbohydrates is what? Glucose. The end product of the digestion of protein is what? What's the end product of the digestion of protein?
Glue, amino acids.
Amino acids. What's the end product of the digestion of fats?
Um, just
Something went wrong. Please try again.
What is that? What is it? Well, if you have to research, fine. You don't remember, fine. But check your notes, fine. No problem with that. All right,
well,
let me
just was so.
well, let me give you the answer then. Fatty acids and glycerol, right?
I was
You got
good
that?
at fatty acids, but I said nada, that make no sense.
No, man, it's fatty acids and glycerol. So you need to know these things, You need to know these. You also need to know the enzymes involved. So based on this question, it is telling us that we need to focus on also the enzymes involved. So as Gabriel says, glycerol, but not just glycerol alone, fatty acids and glycerol. Okay, good. So some answers coming in. At least I was mentioning glucose before. Rich Roach B says repair and build body tissues. That was correct about the protein one there. And then we see the glucose answers are coming, which is correct. And then we see now, Alicia is also saying fatty acids and glycerol. You were both correct, Alicia and Gabriel. And well done to you, Sharnice, for you mentioned the one for protein. But when it comes on to this, you need to know the breakdown from what to what. So it breaks down from carbohydrate to glucose, protein to amino acids, fats to fatty acids, and glycerol. Also need to know the enzymes that are involved. Yeah, and carbohydrates to glucose, yes. You also need to know the enzymes that are involved in the digestion as well.
Like amylase something.
Yeah, go ahead. What are you saying, Shanice?
Like amylase.
Amylase. Yeah, exactly. Saliva amylase, maltase. Good. So saliva amylase and maltase, and the amylase basically are the enzymes that are participates or supports the digestion of carbohydrates. Good. I have to know where we get them from too. Good. So very important, right? Then they have pepsin for protein. You have trypsin. You have renin, right? So you need to know the enzymes and their role in digestion. But I want you to know and others to know that what actually carries out the digestion is water. It's hydration, but the enzymes just speeds up the chemical reaction. So enzymes are basically catalysts that speeds up the chemical reaction. Is that clear?
Mm-hmm.
Good. And your body temperature can affect your enzymes. In another class, we'll be looking at what are the things that affects enzymes. But when now that we're on this digestion part of it though, make your notes simple using flow charts or graphic organizers. Yeah, don't just use words and sentences. Use flow charts to make your and one of these classes, I'm going to show you guys how to make your notes so that it's easier for you to revise and easier for you to study from. All right. Time is against us now, so we'll have to stop right here. All right, because I have to wake up tomorrow morning for public school online classes, so I'm going to be stopping right here. All right. Now, at the end of Teresa, are you back?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So at the end of at the end of every class, we normally do an evaluation. So we're going to continue on this past paper in our next class. All right. And our next class is Saturday night. Shanice, hope you'll be available for class. All right.
You wanna go?
Our next class is Saturday night. So we'll be having presentation by Teresa and no other than Tasha. There will be the star of the show. And of course, you can do your prepare for your presentation too, guess what you're going to do. Since everybody is presenting on respiratory system, you're going to present on that. How about that as well? Come with your creativity.
So
Listen,
everyone
we
is
can learn.
presenting on respiratory system?
No, not you, not you, not you. You know, have something different. You do your part already. Okay, Vivette and Elaine, I see you guys' request. I saw your request. All right. So we normally evaluate the class each night. So you are the newest student on the block or kid on the block. I don't know. So I'm going to say student, right? Shanice, how was
Hmm.
your first class tonight in Zoom?
So it was good. I understand the possible questions. The only thing that I had trouble with was the quiz at first. I
I mean,
think I
a
could have got,
quiz.
yeah, I think I could have got higher and do
Mhm.
better. But after when I practice makes perfect, sir. So yes, I enjoy the class and I hope to keep up with the class.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed your company as well. Thank you very much. All right.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Good, good, good. Wonderful, wonderful. Teresa, what was class for you tonight?
The class was great as usual.
Okay, thank you very much. And I want to hear from those in our YouTube chat. Please tell us how was class tonight. I want to say thanks to the many persons who are viewing tonight. So seeing up to 15 persons viewing, actively viewing, and that was very good. And a lot of persons were in the chat, and we're seeing 9 likes for tonight. We should be seeing 15 likes because that's a 15 persons. Are you going to tell me that the 15 of you don't like the class? Like seriously? Okay. Well, we prefer you be honest though. So tell us what you those in YouTube, tell us some more. Tell us exactly what more you want to see. But we would rather you join to these. You saw Teresa. Well, you see these two ladies here. Teresa was at Zoom once, sorry, was at YouTube once, and Teresa stepped up to Zoom and joined CDP Labs Edu Services, and Shanice is going to be joining CDP Labs Edu Services. So say Shanice leave all the way from Trinidad and come to Jamaica, right? Right, Shanice? Okay, virtually. Okay. All right. So Vivette says, sir, most of these persons are my classmates. Well, Vivette, I want to say thank you very much for the campaign. So when I want to turn prime minister, I can hire you, Vivette. Okay. All right. Okay. So Gabriel, and thank you very much, Vivette, for really, in fact, inviting so many persons to be in our class tonight. And okay, thank you very much, Vivette, for sharing the link. Vivette, you deserve a spot with CDP Labs and the services. Gabriel is saying, sir, class was excellent. Is tonight the last class? Next week, Monday, is our last class for streaming. That is, but it's not our last class for sure. It is not our last class. Saturday, we will continue our class Saturday night with this paper. And of course, we will be next week, we'll resume on class Wednesday night and we continue. But our street or marathon session begins in May, last 2 weeks in May. It's going to be day one, day 4 days in 1 week, 4 days in the other week. And of course, we'll still do our Saturday night classes even during the marathon sessions. Um, okay, so I see Elaine is I see I am seeing Sharon saying class was interesting, sir. Thank you very much, Sharon. B is saying class was informative. I'm glad I joined. Thank you very much. Say thanks to Vivette. Elaine is saying, sir, class was great. Thank you for the thumbs up. And Christ Ambassador says, happy to be here. You're well, happy to have you too. And Vivette saying, say, yes, sir. And you're welcome. Okay, class was excellent. I enjoyed it. And of course, I enjoyed everybody's company. Good. How can we get on your Zoom class? All right, to get onto the Zoom class, you can go to our website and register for CDP Labs and Services. Carlin was saying, oh, so Carlin was saying good night. Okay, good night to you, Carlin. Well, you're going to miss HTTP classes. That's been a blessing to you. Oh, thank you very much, Gabriel. Alicia says, class was great, fun, and informative. Got a better idea on how to answer questions. Thanks a lot. Okay, you're welcome, Alicia. You're welcome. All right. Well, if if management says that we can continue streaming on the Monday nights, we will see. But to join the Zoom classes, though, you definitely have to register with the school. You can go to our Facebook page and click on the sign up button. It will take you straight to our registration form. So the Facebook page is online education, sorry, at online education JA. So to get to the Facebook page, oh, she was there earlier. Okay, I know she was. I know she was. All right. So to get to register on our Facebook page, sorry, to register for Zoom, you have to go to our Facebook page, click on the sign up button, and it will take you to a registration form and you fill it out right there. Of course, or to find our Facebook page, you can either type CDP Labs Digital Services Facebook page, or you can type at online education JA. All right, good.
Hi, sir. I want to ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Shanice.
If you sent in a query, right? How long would this take to come out?
Um, well, to be honest with you, I'm not sure because I've never really made a query before. But I'd have to check it out with the office in Jamaica here and tell you. All right. Okay,
Okay,
I will find out from our exam coordinator. Just remind me tomorrow. I know you will remind me, so I can depend on you to remind me, right?
so you will contact them for me and ask them, please, and ask them when the 2021 query
Mhm.
review coming out because
Yes.
I drop in a review.
Okay. All right, I'll do that. But you could also in Trinidad, you could also find out from your overseas your commission. I think it's supposed to be an overseas examination commission in your country. So you could
Excuse me,
ask
sir.
them.
One more
Huh? Go
question.
ahead. Go ahead.
So when the 60 division, right? That
Yes.
for Trinidad, it will be 200 and something dollars.
What you mean? What you referring to?
Like when you convert it.
Hmm. You mean the Bayesian?
Mm-hmm. So when it comes with like how much TT you have to pay, like about $204.
You mean you pay C.X.C for that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, as I said, my students will never really put in a query, that is one of the reasons why I teach students or I teach them to ensure that will be no need for a query.
True.
You understand? So
Yeah.
once there's no need for a query, we don't worry about that part of it. But I think a lot of queries went out for the last exam because a lot of persons got an abundant number of grade fours, and people were wondering how comes, how comes.
True.
See, but I'll
Yes.
find out for you. I think that they're still doing the query. I believe. I think they're still doing it. Right. I don't think that's yet as it yet ended. The last time I heard. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're welcome, Vivek. So next week though, for those on YouTube, we'll be putting out the flyer. So please go on our Facebook page and you'll see the flyer. You can come back to this video to get a link to our website where the tickets will go. Well, you don't make payments online for the tickets, but you order your spot for the marathon by way of the tickets, and then you will be given an invoice to make your payment for the marathon. All right. Um, so the Mats Marathon is the first 2 weeks in May, and the HSB Marathon is the last 2 weeks in the month of May. And you will, if you think I'm great, check Mrs. Riley. You'd have seen her in two of our language classes that was streamed live on Tuesdays. I must apologize for her yesterday. She did have class, but she did not stream for reasons. All right, but hopefully she'll be available next week. All right, so that's a wrap. It's 11 o'clock Jamaican time. What time is it now in Trinidad, Chinese?
It's 12:03.
Oh my God, you guys are 1 hour ahead. Sorry to keep you up so late, my love.
It's okay.
It's okay. All right, you sure? Okay. All right. Okay. So thanks for being here again with us, and to God be the glory. And I wish you all the very best. But make sure you make your models for your systems so you can in fact um, revise with the models. And you when you join us on Saturday night, you'll see what we're talking about. All right.
Yes,
So
sir.
have yourself a great night, and thanks for being with us again. Take care. All right.
Mhm.
Okay. And good night to all those persons on YouTube. It was a pleasure having you all joining us live on YouTube as well. Thank you very much. Good night, Vivette.
Good night,
Take
sir.
care. Oh, good night, Teresa. You're going early tonight. Okay.
I got early.